In 2020, nearly 10 million people died of cancer worldwide.
That's nearly 1 in 6 deaths.
When my grandma was diagnosed with cancer, I wondered, what causes cancer and is there even a cure?
Researchers have been testing everything from surgery to pharmaceuticals, and yet they haven't found a cure that works for everyone. A treatment that works for one person might be completely ineffective for another. The problem is, cancer is such a broad term. It covers all types of conditions, and every cancer develops differently. But one thing all cancers have in common is uncontrolled cell division. This can be caused by a small mutation in the genetic code. Nucleotides are arranged in a very specific order, and they instruct the cell on how to make certain proteins. We know that most cancers come from mutations in the oncogenes and tumor suppressor genes. One small mutation in the oncogene can make the gene send mutated RAS proteins to the cell, making it grow out of control.
Many cancers contain the RAS oncogene, which tells the cell to divide. But when the protein becomes mutated,
the shape of the protein changes, and it makes it difficult for other proteins to identify and inactivate the modified RAS protein. So there's nothing to stop the cell from receiving messages to keep dividing.
This unopposed continuous cell growth, driven by mutant oncogenes, eventually leads to cancer.
The other type of genes in which a mutation can lead to cancer are tumor suppressor genes. According to the two-hit hypothesis, a cell could become cancerous when both copies of a tumor suppressor gene become inactivated. Normally, if one allele is mutated, the other allele can act as a backup. But if one allele is silenced and the other copy of the gene is mutated, then the cell doesn't receive the signal to arrest growth, and it continues to grow and divide in an unopposed fashion.
Once a cell acquires the initial mutation, it can become more susceptible to other mutations.
It takes between 1 and 10 mutations to become an immortal, continuously dividing cancer cell.
There are over 200 different types of cells that each perform different roles in the human body, and there are thousands of ways a cell can become cancerous or mutate. Considering that there are so many different possible genetic ways for cancer to develop, finding a single cure to defeat all cancers appears to be extremely difficult. But with advancing personalized healthcare, we may start seeing individualized therapies targeted to work on each person and their unique cancer.